Hey, hey. Welcome everybody to Miss Glow's Kitchen, where there's sugar, spice, and everything nice, where we slice, dice, and entice, using everything we can, from peppers to allspice. What's up, my people? Y'all know what time it is? See y'all in the kitchen. On the menu today, a gumbo-like appetizer with grits as the base. Alright, here's what we need to make it, everybody. We're going to need some okra, of course. We're going to need shrimp, red onions, green peppers, Creole seasoning, garlic. We're going to need some chopped sausage. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Give me a second. Olive oil, grits with chicken broth. Alright, we're going to do a Sazon with the onion powder, some black pepper. Yeah, that's black pepper. Alright. Chicken tenders and some green onions for garnish. Now, you may need a little salt for your grits, but you're going to decide that when you cook them. All right, let's get started. The only thing that's going to be missing from this is the roux. Watch it. And you can make a gravy and drizzle it across there if you want to. I just decided not to. But into a pan, we want to heat some oil. We want to get our green peppers in. So get your green peppers in, red onions. You can use a red or yellow pepper, or you can change the onions too. So whatever you have on hand, you can use that. Get our sausage in there. All right, so you can see our gumbo ingredients are already starting to go into the pan. All right, so now we're going to season everything. So garlic pepper, onion pepper, seasoned salt. You don't want to use seasoned salt, use Creole seasoning. That's what I use, the Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. If you want to use Slap Your Mama. So possibilities are endless. What you want to do is every step of the way in the dish, you want to season it, but you want to keep tasting too, because you don't want to oversalt your dish. If you do, it's ruined, because there's no way to take salt back out. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to saute this. We're going to get it nice and browned. And after we do that, we're going to move right on to our chicken. Don't forget to add a dash of black pepper. But once you add that, this is cooked down. So as soon as your onions become translucent, your green peppers turn a little bit darker, it's actually ready, and you can move on to the chicken. Wipe your same pan out, put some oil in it, good to go. Get it heated up. We want these to cook very quickly. You can use the same seasonings you used on your the mixture before that. You can use it on the chicken. Same flavor profile in the dish, so it'll work out. So you can sprinkle it right in the pan. Just want to give it a little bit of flavor, and hey, we're good to go. Now, the chicken, if you don't have chicken and you just want to do the sausage and the shrimp and the okra, you can do that too. So you don't have to have this chicken. Is something I decided to put in there, because I usually put chicken, sausage, and shrimp in my gumbo, so I go for that. But the other thing is, if you want to make this all seafood, you can do that too. All right, so let these brown on both sides after you season them, and we'll move on to the next step. Head for a moment. Now, if you look in the top corner, I left a link up there for how to cook grits. You want to cook your grits, and you want to cook them a little bit stiff. Don't make them too soupy. The mixture that was in the pan, the green peppers, the onions, the sausage, that's going to mix in with the grits. So you're going to mix that in. You can mix in a little butter. So you're going to taste it, and you're going to make sure you got enough salt and pepper, and you're going to go for that. Go from there. Now you're going to put your oven on 350, and you're going to bake these. 375 will bake them even quicker though. You're going to bake these until they get brown around the edges, like you see right there. When they're brown around the edges, your little tarts are ready. Take them out. Pan on high. You want to get that oil super hot. Here's the trick I use to keep the oil from splattering on me putting the okra in. You can put a spoon right there. All right, and then you just pour the okra on the spoon, and you just lay it in the pan. So that alleviates that problem of oil just splattering everywhere. Now you're going to keep this pan on high, and the reason why you will is because you want to get rid of that sliminess from the okra. So we're going to saute it on a super high heat. Keep it on high. Keep it on high. All right, now here, Season the okra. Remember, we want to season every step of the way in these dishes. So we're going to use the same seasonings we used in the previous steps of the dish. So you want to keep going. Only this time, instead of using the Cajun seasoning, I went with a Sazon seasoned salt. But same difference. I didn't want too much of the spice. I don't want these super spicy. So that's, otherwise, if you want yours super spicy, then keep on using the Cajun seasoning for sure. All right, so you can see I'm moving it around. We'll move it around. We'll move it around until these get done. Now, actually, until they get about halfway done. When these are about halfway done, that's when I'm going to put the shrimp in it. So I'm going to cook this on this high heat for about 10 to 15 minutes maybe. And you're going to find it, really, and when you make gumbo, you do this too. You cook your okra separately on high heat before. And trust me, you won't have that sliminess that we usually associate with okra. Okay? All right. Your okra in a single layer. And after about 10 or 15 minutes, this is what it's going to look like. So you can see those are white seeds. Some of them are coming out. And that's how you know. But you're going to take one out like I just did. And you're going to taste it. And you're going to make sure it's firm. You don't want it mushy. You don't want to overcook it. So you make sure it's firm, but yet it's done. And when you know it is, then you're going to put your shrimp in. Okay? So make sure your shrimp is thawed out, but make sure that you are using raw shrimp. Please do not use cooked shrimp, or you're going to have pieces of rubber in your food, or it's going to taste like it or seem like it. So if you want a great texture, then raw shrimp will be the way to go. And you can go as big or as small as you like, but I'm going to tell you that I do not recommend that you use salad shrimp. Please don't. This is something I like in my dish. It's optional, and that's why it's not listed in the ingredients, but I have put a little bit of accent in mine. So if you like to use accent, by all means, but if you don't, then you can see that I did say it's optional. Okay, so I have really big shrimp, like the size 21, 26, and those are too big. And what I did was I cut them in half. I usually don't like cutting my shrimp, but hey, I caught a sale. That's what was on sale. That's what I got. But I would normally recommend probably using a medium shrimp for this if you could. And then that's going to make sure that everything on the dish is like uniform in size, because that's what we're looking for on top of that tart. But you'll see once we assemble the tart. All right, so we're going to move on. We're going to put a top on this okra, and yep, going to the next step. You're going to cook this mixture until the shrimp are pink. Now, if you're not sure if they're cooked all the way, then take one away and cut it open, because I've got really big ones, so I had to do that. But once this part of the dish is done, we're ready for assembly. So when it looks like this and your okra is still intact, because you do not want mushy okra in here, it's not going to go well for the dish. All right, so now we're going to add our chicken pieces in here. So remember, as I said earlier, that the chicken was optional. So you don't have to put that in there either, but if you are, then this is going to be the step where you will put that. Taste this, adjust the seasonings, and then get ready to assemble. I already got one out, but I'm going to show you how I got it out. You want to take a spoon and you want to go around. You want to make sure it releases from that pan, that it's not stuck. So even if you use a non-stick pan, you still want to be careful. So you're going to line as many as you want to. Now I'm going to put 4 on this platter, but if you are doing this as pass around on a tray, or you are doing it for a large number of people, then you might want to do 10 or 20 of them on a really big tray. But I'm going to do 4 for demonstration purposes. So we're going to get them all on here. We're going to try to get them all uniform in size. Now, that's the other thing. When you put them in that muffin pan, if you want them uniform in size, then you're going to use the same scoop or the same spoon to put your mixture in there. And that will ensure that these will come out the same size perfectly every time. All right, so we're ready for assembly now. So we'll carefully start putting by the tablespoonful on top of the tart. Now you want to make sure you get some of everything. So you know you've already got sausage, green peppers, onions, and the grits, and you got that chicken broth, so you got that tart on the bottom with a wonderful taste. So on the top, you want to make sure that you have okra, chicken, and shrimp in every single bite. Again, I want to reiterate from the beginning of the video, that if you want to do brown gravy with this, normally the same type of gravy, you know, we use with gumbo, you can drizzle a brown gravy across, and that'll really, really do it. Now, what I did was I used a spicy mayo, which was very good on here. Very, very good. So it gave it a very, very, very nice flavor. And if you're a person who likes to put... Oh, somebody's going to come in my comments for this, but if you like to put tomatoes in yours, you can. Remember what I say, your kitchen, your rules. So you create your recipes the way that you want to, so long as you come out with a great dish, like really, really good food, then it doesn't matter. All right, so I'm going to put, look, that mixture, that steam from that's so that's so hot. All right, so I'm going to put it on the rest of them, and then I'm going to drizzle some spicy mayo across it, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like up close. So this is what they look like up close, but what I do want to do is I want to show you right now how to eat them. All right, so now that we're done with our appetizer, you can eat this one of two ways. So I got the whole thing, so you can pick this up. That is so good. The other thing you can do is you can cut it with a fork. So now listen, you got all this sausage and bell peppers and stuff in the grits. And you got the chicken flavoring, but then you got the shrimp, the okra, the chicken. So let's try to get all this in one bite. That's very good. Go make this. Nice little appetizer to have with a glass of wine too. Thanks for watching, everybody. See y'all next time. For more great recipes, tips, and ideas, check out some of my other videos.